Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another theme park obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. As you can see, I'm back in the office today and excuse the audio if it's coming in a little weird. I just got these mics, so I'm gonna be fooling around with these for the next couple days to make sure it sounds good. But yeah, I'm back in the office today because I wanted to ramble. So please pull up a chair. And if you're making drinks, I mean, I'll take a cocktail, whatever you're making, I'll take. Or if you just got juice boxes at home, like I'll take a juice box too. I'm always down for a juice box. But I'm in the park today because something's been on my mind for a while, and I've talked about it with some of my friends that also like to nerd out and are obsessed with all things theme parks like I am. But it's involving Disney and Universal and the competition, because the competition is heating up in Orlando with Epic Universe opening up very, very soon. It opens up May 22nd, to be exact. That's just a few months away. And you know they're going to be doing soft previews for team members. You know they're going to be doing annual pass holder previews, executive previews. They're going to have camera crew in there filming everything, media days, and oh, someone's got a really interesting horn. But yeah, a few months away from the opening of this brand new theme park, a theme park on a massive scale that we haven't really seen in the United States in a long time from one of the big heavy hitters. It's been like, what, 25 years? It'll be 25 years since we've seen a big theme park from one of them open up, because Islands of Adventure opened up in 1999 and California Adventure opened up in 2001, and I believe those were the last big ones from Universal and Disney. But fast forward to 2025 and yeah, Universal's thrown another punch with Epic Universe. And the thing that's been on my mind is Disney's response to it. And it's interesting that Disney's response is not what I expected. I mean, I'm split down the middle. I kind of expected a response like this, but at the same time, after the Wizarding World debacle, I'm surprised that they are doing the same thing like they did with the Wizarding World years ago. And that's what's so odd, right? Am I the only one that's kind of thinking this? I'm sure some of you that are watching right now are maybe thinking the same thing. But when the Wizarding World was announced, Disney kind of brushed it off, right? Like they were like, we're not worried about it. I believe there's a clip of Bruce Vaughn, who is like head of Imagineering right now, at some conference, or I don't know, it was like an event back in the day, and someone said something about Harry Potter and the Wizarding World at Universal, and he like brushed it off. He's like, we're not, I'm paraphrasing here, but he's like, we're not worried about it. Like, it's not something that's on our radar. Universal will still always be in our shadow. But he did eat those words, because when the Wizarding World opened up, the response was insane, and it changed the landscape forever. Like the theme park landscape changed, and highly immersive things like that became the gold standard. It wasn't just about, okay, we're just going to build a simple new ride. Like, no, there needs to be a new ride within a larger experience with shopping and dining, and it needs to be so immersive that they feel like they're there. And yeah, Disney did not respond to it, and that was a mistake. Their response came later with things like New Fantasyland, Pandora, and I would even argue Toy Story Land and Galaxy's Edge. Those were all responses to the Wizarding World success, because after Hogsmeade was built at Islands of Adventure, just a couple years later, Universal opened up Diagon Alley at Universal Studios Florida. And again, smash hit, huge hit at the resort. Fast forward to today, and I feel like they're repeating that. I feel like they're repeating what they did years ago in response to Harry Potter. Disney doesn't have anything new that is significant enough to compete against Epic Universe for 2025. They have a new parade coming to Magic Kingdom, which will be really cool, and they've obviously announced Tropical Americas and the Cars expansion, Villains Land, the Monsters Incorporated thing. Those are all fantastic. I think they're going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to them, but none of it's opening up in 2025. Nothing huge is ready to go in 2025 at Walt Disney World. Sure, you have things like Test Track and little refurbishment things here and there, but nothing on the scale of a major new land or attraction. There's just nothing. Tron's already open, Cosmic Rewind's already open, and yeah, I mean the new lands that they have built, like Galaxy's Edge and Toy Story Land, they've been open for years. So I feel like that is a big mistake, and I wish Disney would have had something in the pipeline to open for 2025. I mean, are you guys thinking the same thing? Because I sure as heck have for a while now. Why would they not have something ready to go for 2025? Because in 2025, Universal is going to be opening up a theme park with 12 attractions and multiple shows and 3 new hotels. So the family of 4 that's traveling from wherever, Montana or Idaho or somewhere in Europe, where do you think they're going to go? They're going to go to Epic Universe. And a lot of people are even going in 2026. A lot of people are saving up and saying, okay, we'll let 2025 go, and then in 2026, we're going to hit up Universal Orlando and do Epic Universe. So that's another year of people just going to Epic Universe. And Disney's not going to have any of their stuff ready for 2026. At the earliest, they said that Tropical Americas is going to be done by 2027. And I feel like Tropical Americas is already receiving some delays. I know the Cars Land expansion for Magic Kingdom just got an extension for another 30 days because they needed to do something there. So work's not going to start on that anytime soon. And yeah, Disney just, made it official not too long ago that Dinosaur at Animal Kingdom is going to be staying open for all of 2025. So yeah, I think this was a big mistake on leadership. They should have been building, like right when they were getting ready to open up Tron, they should have had something already being worked on. They should have taken something from the shelf, because Disney has a bunch of ideas, right? Like they have a bunch of things in the pipeline that they shelf and they don't touch for years and years and years. They should have just gone to that shelf and started pulling stuff off and being like, okay, let's go ahead and approve this. Let's start construction. So that way in 2025, we have something to compete with, Epic Universe, because Epic Universe is going to be huge. It's huge. It will be the biggest thing to open in Orlando in a very, very long time. Excuse the motorcycle going by. That guy's going to Epic Universe. He's starting the journey right now, because by the time he gets to Florida, the park should be open. But yeah, it's really puzzling to me. And that's why I just wanted to make a video today, just a super simple office video to just talking about it, because it's been on my mind. Like, why was that the decision not to have something ready to go in 2025? That is significant enough to convince that family, hey, no, you can stay here on Walt Disney World property. Like, we want you to spend a couple days here. You may have seen it all already, but no, like, come back, because we have some new stuff. But there really isn't anything new that I think is worthwhile. Like, if people were gonna ask me, right, hey Dylan, do you recommend going to Walt Disney World? We're traveling from Germany. Do you recommend going to Walt Disney World for a few days? I would say I wouldn't go for a few days. If you wanted to go for like 1 day or 2 days at max to visit the more unique parks like Epcot and Animal Kingdom, sure. But I would really think about your option when considering you're going to spend some time at Epic Universe. If anything, I would say, why don't you spend 2 days at Epic Universe? Because I don't know if you're going to be able to see everything at Epic Universe in 1 day. You might be able to see it all in 2 days. If you kind of split the park in half and you conquer one half one day and then the other half the other day. You can get it done in 2 days. Then there's the rest of Universal Orlando. So you got Volcano Bay, Islands of Adventure, and Universal Studios, which have added new things as well. Volcano Bay, I think, is the exception. They've just done some park aesthetic kind of stuff. But, you know, Islands of Adventure, yeah, Velocicoaster is still relatively new. And they have, over at Universal, the new Minions attraction, the DreamWorks Land, and then the new Spectacular, the Nighttime Spectacular, Cinesational, the new parade. And I'm sure they might have something for Islands of Adventure, you know, maybe next year, maybe a new show or something. So I would tell people, hey, spend your time at Universal this trip. Because if you've already seen everything at Walt Disney World, if you're a hardcore person like me that doesn't care and will still go to Walt Disney World anyway, sure, spend like 1 or 2 days there. But if you're really picking and choosing because you want to save some money or put that money elsewhere, I would recommend people just to stay at Universal property. And that's the dangerous thing that Disney should have been thinking about years ago. Why are they just breezing on by? And recently there was an article, I don't know who posted it, but I know a few other theme park content creators that talked about it, but the CFO of Disney kind of voiced some concern about their decision making when it comes to competing with Epic Universe. But it's already too late. They should have been concerned years ago. And Bob Iger, who's the CEO of the Walt Disney Company right now, said that, you know, they have things at the property that, you know, can compete with Epic Universe in the sense of they're not worried about it. You know, they've known about Epic Universe for 10 years, and that's a quote. We've known about Epic Universe for over 10 years. Okay, well, if you've known about it for 10 years, why weren't you preparing the property for a bunch of new things? Because here's what I would have done. I would have been like, okay, let's do one new ride in all of our parks by 2025. Like 2025, let's open up a new attraction that year to compete and give people a reason to come back and enjoy the parks. Animal Kingdom would have gotten a new ride. Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, all would have gotten a ride. And at the water parks, I would have thrown in a new slide complex at the water parks as well, because the reality is with Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach, they're pretty neglected and they haven't received new water slide complexes in a long time. So yeah, let's throw some new water slides there as well, because they are doing the incentive where if you are staying at Walt Disney World property, I don't think it's all hotels, I think it's just a few select hotels, but on the day of your check-in, you can enjoy one of the water parks that's open. So yeah, why not have one of those parks have, or both the parks, have new attractions for people in 2025? I don't understand why they did what they did leading up to the opening of Epic Universe, because I have a feeling that Universal's gonna steal the show. Universal, I think, will 100% steal the show, and Walt Disney World's attendance will see some sort of hit. Not a huge hit, because there's still going to be the hardcore people that will go, but there's going to be a hit, because if it happened when they opened up the Wizarding World lands, it's going to happen again when you open up a brand new theme park with 3 new hotels, and then there's also improvements to their existing parks. I think there's going to be a huge shift. And I just don't know why Disney was not on top of it. They just opened up that new Poly Resort, which looks really cool. I will say it looks a lot better than the concept art that they showed off a few months ago. But the hotel's not going to draw people in, you know, like that Disney wants. I just would have built new attractions for 2025. Tron's been open for a couple years now. So is Cosmic Rewind. And then at Hollywood Studios, they have, again, some new shows coming in, but are you guys really wanting to spend another day at Hollywood Studios if there's a new show? That's a question that I would like to ask everyone watching right now who's made it thus far. I appreciate it. Side note, yeah, I know these videos are not the most exciting, but I just like chatting about this stuff, and I feel like a lot of you watching enjoy talking about this stuff as well. But yeah, how many of you, like right now, that are watching are willing to spend, say, another 4 days at Walt Disney World? Like, you've already done it, right? Let's throw that hypothetical out there. You've already done Walt Disney World last year, and in 2025, you're planning a trip back to Florida to see Epic Universe. Are you willing to do another 4 days at Walt Disney World, knowing that some of the only new things that are available are shows or festivals? I have a feeling a lot of you are going to say, probably not. Maybe 1 or 2 days at Walt Disney World, but not the usual 4. And again, that is something that I think Disney should have been thinking about. And I think the CFO is thinking about that, but it's way too late. I think that executive is just kind of like, dang it, we missed an opportunity here. We should have been building in preparation for this, because it's a big deal. The ticket sales alone for Epic Universe are through the roof. When they went live with those tickets for annual pass holders and stuff, it just was insane. And then the ticket packages they're already selling, the multi-day ticket packages, are apparently through the roof. So the demand for Epic Universe is high because people are excited, right? The park has some amazing intellectual property. How to Train Your Dragon, the Wizarding World, Dark Universe, and Super Nintendo. Those are all, insanely good IP to start off with. And then who knows what happens down the road. By the time Disney opens up, say, the Villains Land at Magic Kingdom, because who knows when they're going to start that, but by the time they open that, I guarantee you Epic Universe will have an expansion opened, or they'll be working on another expansion, or Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios Florida will have an expansion ready to go. I don't think Universal is going to stop after Epic Universe opens. And with the response that they are already seeing with Epic Universe ticket sales, I can guarantee you the executives at Universal and Comcast are like, you know what? We're already starting to get a return of investment on this thing. Let's just go ahead and keep accelerating and pushing the bar, because the longer people stay on our property, the better. So I have a feeling that they're going to build more hotels. They might even build another City Walk right there in front of Epic Universe. And who knows, 10 years down the line, they might build another theme park. Volcano Bay opened up in 2017, which was not that long ago, and now Universal's doing another one with Epic Universe. So it's very possible that they just continue to just go crazy out there in Orlando. And I'm worried for Disney, I really am, because I do enjoy Disney. I was out there with my friends Cole and Jesse a few weeks ago, enjoying all the parks, and I love Epcot and Animal Kingdom. They're my favorites. And it's a shame that Disney just didn't have anything ready to go for 2025 that was substantial, because you could have done so many cool things, especially in those 2 parks because of the sheer size. But again, missed opportunity. And I'm always going to go to Walt Disney World. I'm not going to just stop going. I'm going to go. I'm going to be one of those hardcore people that plans a trip to Florida and tries to go to Walt Disney World as many times as I want. But not everyone is like me. A lot of you that are probably watching right now, and a lot of people that are around the globe, they're picking and choosing. And I think a lot of you are going to be picking Epic Universe. Because I would, if I was in that situation, if I wasn't creating content and I wasn't like a crazy psycho theme park nerd, I would be picking and choosing. I would be picking the newest and latest and greatest thing, and that would be Epic Universe. So why is Disney repeating history here? They did it with Harry Potter, and they're doing it again with Epic Universe. It's too late. By the time they react to it, it's already too late. And at D23, they gave us that reaction slightly, I think, with the Tropical Americas and the Villains Land and stuff like that. The Villains Land was, I think, a direct response to Dark Universe, 1,000%. I don't think they would have done a Villains Land if it wasn't for Dark Universe. But it's too late. They should have been building it at the same time and then had it open in 2025. Could you imagine? That would be awesome. If they had Villains Land ready to go in time for 2025, because then we can go to Dark Universe at Epic Universe, and then maybe later on in the day we can go over to Magic Kingdom and enjoy Villains Land. That'd be awesome. But we're gonna have to wait now 400 years until they open it. And I hope it doesn't take 400 years. I hope they open it within the next few years. So I don't know. This has been on my mind for a while, and yeah, I have to talk about it. I think Disney made a big mistake. I think they really made a mistake. I think they were focusing too much on the cruise ships, which is a great market for them, right? It's a great market. They're making a lot of money on cruise ships. That's actually what's making the most money right now in the Parks and Resorts division. It's the cruise ships. People are going crazy over the cruises, and rightfully so. They're really cool. They just premiered a new one. I believe it's Disney Treasure. And it looks like a fantastic ship. It's a beautiful ship. And maybe one of these days I'll do a Disney cruise, but it's not really high on my totem pole just yet. It's a little bit lower. But it's a great market for them. But I feel like they paid way too much attention to the cruise ship game and not so much so to their big heavy hitter resorts. Disneyland, I think, is fine. Disneyland is getting some really good investment. And Disneyland has a lot of things to do. But when it comes to Walt Disney World, like, they have so much property out there that is a huge prime spot to develop as much as you can. That's why they have that much land to begin with. So it is odd. And then over in Europe at Paris, there's a lot of rumblings going around that just across the pond, Universal is going to be building a theme park in the UK. So at Disneyland Paris, again, they need to be accelerating. They need to be building more. It's not just at the Studios Park, which is getting some new stuff, which is great. They got the Frozen World coming in, and then the Lion King land going in as well. But they need to do something to Disneyland proper. They need to be building some stuff over there as well, because if Universal is going to be building a theme park in the UK, we know how Universal works. They work incredibly fast. They can get something open in the next couple years if they really wanted to. Look at how fast Epic Universe has been constructed. Epic Universe only took a few years from like dirt to vertical steel and then grand opening. The vertical stuff happened just a couple years ago. Construction officially started in 2019 when they were grading the ground, but we didn't see concrete or structural steel or anything like that until during the situation. So it's only been like, I think they were able to build this park in like 3.5 years, which is impressive. That is incredibly impressive, considering all that is within Epic Universe. You have all those rides. Again, there's 12 attractions. Then you have the shows. You have all the infrastructure. You have all the dining and the shopping and all the electrical that has to be involved, all the stuff that goes underneath the theme park. I mean, it's an impressive feat to build something like that in roughly 4 years. That's crazy. They're able to build this park faster than Disney built Tron, a cloned roller coaster at Magic Kingdom. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Go ahead and comment down below. I'm really curious. Do you think Disney made a mistake? I think they did. And I'm wondering what everyone else thinks, because I have a feeling a lot of you are thinking the same thing. And it's unfortunate, right? I wish Disney's leadership was, I don't know, I feel like they rest on their laurels too much, and that's a dangerous game to play when you're in that industry, especially when you're only focusing on one thing, which would be the cruise lines. Like, that's great, but you need to start paying attention to the other things that are making you money as well. And I think they're gonna see another Harry Potter scenario on their hands. The best thing Disney can do right now is to work fast. They've already shown us that they want to do some really ambitious things. Awesome. The best thing they can do is just move fast. They can move really fast, then that like competition is not as crazy, and they can deal with it. But if they're moving at their current pace, and I know these crows are agreeing with me here, but if they move at their current pace and these things don't open up for years and years and years, well, that's not good, because Universal is not going to stop. I don't think they're going to stop at all. They're going to continue to push and get as many people on their property for as long as possible. I know a lot of people online say like, oh, Disney and Universal, they're friendly to each other. Yeah, they're friendly to each other, but at the end of the day, when it comes to cash, they're going to do what they can to keep people on their own property and not have them go to any other destination. They don't want people to go to any other destination. They want people to travel to see them and them only. So yeah, Universal is going to keep going. And for us theme park people, it's a win-win. We love when they fight. So I'm hoping that Disney accelerates their construction timelines. They don't move the goalpost, and they just push forward, and they can get these things open really quick because they've done it in the past. They've done it before. They've built things really fast before. I mean, Galaxy's Edge was built pretty quick, to be fair to Disney. It was built really fast. So they've done it before. They could do it again. And I think that's what they got to do to really save themselves in this moment. Because if not, the crown's going to go to Universal. I hate to say it for those that are like hardcore Disney. The crown's going to go to Universal. What we want, like as theme park nerds, we want them to be pulling on the crown. Like, I want them one to be grabbing one end of the crown and the other to be grabbing the other end of the crown and just to pull. Because in that scenario, it's a win-win. It works out great. Because then we end up with like some of the coolest stuff. But right now, I think Disney's just handing over the crown. They're like, here you go, take it. We don't need it anymore. Go ahead and take the crown. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it wasn't the most exciting thing in the world, but I just had to jump in the office to talk about it because it's been on my mind. And in the next couple days, I'm going to have some Disneyland vlogs, and then obviously Universal Studios, because that roller coaster. If you guys haven't checked out the Fast and the Furious vlog that I just posted on the channel, be sure to check that out. I post those like every single week. So if you're watching this video a few weeks down the road, yeah, if you want to catch up on them, it's going to be cool to see the progress over time here in the next few months continue to ramp up, because I think they're getting quicker and quicker. It seems like every single week it just goes faster and faster. And again, that's the kind of pace that Universal's known for now in the past couple of years, and Disney just is not known for. But yeah, if you liked today's video, you can let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love talking about theme parks just as much as I do, and you like vlogs from inside the parks, well, you should consider subscribing, because it helps the channel out tremendously, and it also lets you know every time I post a new video. Also, I have an Instagram account and X account. Those links will be down below in the description. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is, and I'll see you next time in the park.